Hello everyone, good to see you all again. As you all know, my name is Sola, and thank you all for subscribing to this channel where we reflect, grow, and inspire. Today topic, as you have seen it on the thumbnail before you click this video, is about emotions, on learning what we were taught. Having been raised in a society that does not allow us to express our emotions, I was raised in Nigeria, in western part of Nigeria. We were told, I was raised not to express my emotions. And growing up with that mindset, and now that I'm reflecting, I have the urge to talk about it now. And in few minutes, I hope you will have the time to listen to my thoughts. Thank you once again for supporting this channel. Thank you for showing me likes. Thank you for liking my videos. If you have not been liking my videos, you will see the like thumb up right there. Click on it to like these videos and support me. That's the way you can support me. Thank you all. And once again, I'll tell you, my name is Sola, and this topic matters to me a lot because I want to see a better world. I want everyone to learn that it's okay to express our emotions. I have my notes. If you see me looking, I'm looking at my notes. And my goal is to help us unlearn and relearn emotional expression. It's okay for us to express our emotions. And in a few minutes, I'm going to take us through the misinformation we grew up with. I grew up with misinformation about emotion. And examples of common things we were told is to stop crying. Oh, you are too emotional. Real men or women don't show feelings. Does any of this look like something you have heard or you have even said to your children? I, as a mother, have said few of these to my children. When they cry, I try to make them stop crying. I have a child who is so emotional. I tell the child, oh, you are too emotional, stop crying. I'll tell you, saying these words, this misinformation about our emotions, they harm us. What do I mean by this? I'll just briefly share the example of my child. I have one child. When we relocated to the United States, he will be crying to the point of hitting his head on the wall. He will be hitting his head so hard. We will go to the store or to grocery to buy things, and this son will just start to cry for reasons I don't know. He's not hungry, and I don't know why he's like that. But because of my own insecurity, I'll be feeling like everybody is looking at me, paying attention to our scenario, our situation. That is not it. But then when I begin to realize, pay attention to my surroundings, I see that there were other parents around whose kids were also even crying more than my own son was crying. And then that went on and continued for years without understanding how to handle or help that child. Instead of being angry at the child, instead of trying to control the emotions, I'll tell you what I later understood about it. And this will lead me to talk about what emotions really are. Emotions are signals, not weaknesses. If you agree that emotions are signals, not weaknesses, click on that like and comment below. 2, emotions are validation that all emotions, even anger, sadness, fear, they are all part of human being. We as parents, we all want to control all these emotions. They are all part of human being. These are emotions that validate who we are. 3, emotions are ours. Your emotion is yours. My emotions are mine. They are real, valid, and meant to be felt. And this will lead me to the story of my baby child. You know, when I dealt with the brother, I was still not sure. I didn't know how to help this child. And when my baby girl started preschool, you know, here the way they teach children is quite different from how my other kids were raised back in Nigeria. At the time, they were teaching them emotions in school, and they allow parents to come around and participate in some activities. So we were talking about emotions, and this is my very sensitive child, and I didn't know it was okay to let a child cry until I was taught in that time in the school meeting that emotions cannot really be controlled. You let a child cry if they want to cry. Just make sure they are safe. Just give them the avenue to. Because I was frustrated, I was emotional about the noise. I wasn't really understanding how to help the child. But the school taught us, parents, that those emotions needs to be expressed. And it was then I knew that I should allow my child to express the emotion, create a space for the child to let out those emotions. So I learned that when she started to bring out those emotions, it wasn't easy from learning that emotions are bad to now learning that emotions are good. It is okay to express them. Now I've found a way for my child to express those emotions. I remember I showed her a place in the house where she can always go to so that she doesn't disturb everybody's peace. Some people in the house want to sleep. Some of us are reading. Some of us are just chilling with ourselves. And she's here crying. We just dedicate a spot for her. When you feel like that, go to that corner. Go do your thing. And that's how she started helping herself, learning how to express her emotion and get over it. Guess what? That child today, you barely can hear her cry in the house because she knows no, we don't want to be disturbed. She understands everybody else's feeling. What am I saying? Our feelings are our feelings. We don't have to bottle them. And between the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show us or talk about how we express our emotions without guilt. And going through this season of my life and going into groups and discussing with other people and fellowshipping with other people, I have learned that your feeling is your feeling. You are entitled to it. You don't have to feel sorry for feeling angry. You don't have to feel sorry for feeling sad. We can express emotions without hurting anyone. Yeah, when my son was hitting his head and doing all of that, sometimes he will be throwing stuff. I had to correct that. He can't say because he himself might not even understand what was going on with him. He doesn't know why he's acting like that. After all, he's a child. He was less than 5 years old. And when I look at him now, I just be laughing that I tell him some of these, he will like, what was going on with me? Why was I doing that? Nobody knows. Just feelings, right? But we encourage a child not to hurt anyone. Sometimes I feel going through this season of my life, I remember my anger went from like 1% to like maybe 1 million. It was bad. My anger was bad. Everything upsets me. Everything makes me angry. And I go like... But as I continue to notice my feeling, I started paying attention and started to walk through it gradually. So we can express our emotions without hurting anyone. Again, express your emotions without hurting anyone. Speak calmly about your feelings. Don't feel guilty about it. It's okay to feel sad. And when somebody said they feel sad, you can't help them become upbeat. Listen. Ask them if they want hugs. Take them out to eat. Do something nice to just make their day. You can't control that feeling. And how can we express our feeling again? Journaling or talking about it. That's another way to express our emotions without feeling guilty. Number one, I said, express your emotions without hurting anyone. Yes, you can express your emotions without hurting anyone. And two, speak calmly about it. Express it. Discuss it. It's not bad to discuss your emotions if you feel like okay to discuss it. Discuss it without feeling guilty. And number three, you can journal or talk about it. Journaling is one thing I like. It has helped me through this journey of my life. When nobody understands, when people aren't showing up, when it was so lonely, I remember, and I still do it till today. Journaling is good. When your emotions are intense, go buy yourself a big notebook. Here's an example of notebook. Here's an example of notebook. Here's another notebook. Here's another notebook. Here's another notebook. I have bigger ones in my bedroom for my intense thoughts. Journal your thoughts. Journal your emotions. Today, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling angry. And in that way, as we are journaling, as we are writing them, we can process it. As we are journaling, as we are talking about it, then it's like talking. Journaling is like talking. I am angry today. And why are you angry? Oh, because somebody said this to me. Oh, maybe next time instead of reacting, this is how I will act. Journaling helps. And how to express our emotions. Number 4, expressing without shame or defensiveness. When you're expressing yourself, like today, I think my mom just closed the door. I was talking to her and I felt like, oh, she just closed the door without responding. And I felt angered a little bit. And then when she came back, I opened my mouth to talk about it. And I felt good about opening my mouth to talk about it. And that was how I let go of that anger. Let us express ourselves. Let us express. And I didn't fight. And I didn't shout. And I wasn't angry. I just expressed it. Oh, I was talking to you and you opened it and you just closed the door. I felt like you didn't answer. And she said, oh, I answered. And that ended that. And why are we talking about emotions today? Another thing I want to share is the different types of emotions and how they show up. This is an interesting one, right? In the next 5 to 8 minutes, we are going to briefly talk about our emotions. We are going to talk about sadness. We don't have control over it. Things happen that make us sad. I lost my husband. It was intense emotion. Telling me not to feel sad. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Ask yourself, does that make sense? I lost my husband. You said don't feel sad. That is not a good word to say to anybody in that situation. It's like somebody who lost a limb, a part of you, and somebody is telling you don't feel sad. That part may not be replaced And even if it's replaced, can the original look like a replaced one? So, sadness is an emotion that is real and can be expressed. Don't feel bad for expressing your sadness. Anger. Wow, 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 wow. In this journey, that was very intense for me. I don't know what grief is like for anybody else. I've read so many books about it, and I feel it's a common feeling for anyone going through grief to feel anger. I was angry about God. Yes. I was angry about everything. Yes, I have that right to feel angry, and it is my emotion. You cannot control that emotion. My emotions were real. I haven't gone on this road before, and somebody said, "Oh, that anger is just too much. I can't stand her." It's okay. It is my feeling, and I know it. I know it. And at a point, I began therapy. And journaling also helped. Fear is another common emotion we want to talk about. Fear. It is real. It is real. It comes with grief as well. Fear about everything. Fear about everything. Fear about everything. Everything you can think about. Is it fear about things you have built together? Is it fear about your own life? Is it fear of now? Fear of tomorrow? Fear of the future? Fear of now? Fear of everything. It is real. And another emotion I will mention is joy. And when joy starts to come, you will notice it. You will feel it. Joy is an emotion that you cannot hide. Every of these emotions cannot be hidden. You just have to feel them. You just have to feel them and embrace them. You just have to feel those emotions as they come to you. And guilt is another emotion that is so common. You do something and something is telling you, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it this way. I should have done it that way. Maybe it can, so many things may bring us guilt. And this I will relate it to when I started this new journey, and I was feeling guilty about everything because the death of my husband was sudden. It wasn't expected at all. He wasn't sick, nothing. It was so sudden. And for me, it was so surreal that I couldn't wrap my head around the event, what was going on, what happened, how did we get here. And for a while, a long time, I was feeling so guilty. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't pay attention. And I remembered something was just bringing into my brain that, look, he was at work. You guys were still texting each other. You were still talking, making plans for when he gets off his work and all those good stuffs. So it's nothing that I did. It was after thinking and writing and journaling and therapy and all those stuffs that I realized to relieve myself of the guilt. And another emotion I'm going to be talking about is love. Love is a beautiful thing. growing up in a society, in a church community, where the love between a girl and a boy child was forbidden. It's uncalled for. A male child will be friend to a female child, and I'm grateful for myself. Even though I went to a girls' school, I know how to behave around boys. Love is a beautiful thing, and when I found love, I knew that this is a good one for me, and it's good to express the emotions that comes with love. And another emotion is confusion. I heard this word a lot, but I really didn't understand it until I became a widow. I was super duper confused. When you talk about confusion that leaves your brain so cluttered and completely messed up. Completely messed up. I couldn't understand the Bible word anymore. Coming from a place of trust, believing those words like, God, I need you to show up at this time. This is my own Lazarus. This is my own Lazarus. Come raise him up. Come perform this miracle. Come make this miracle happen now. Even for the children to be able to go outside and say, Christ has done this. That left my brain confused. That left my mind confused. What then is this story all about? I was walking in the shadow of confusion for a very, very, very long time. Again, these are common emotions that we all go through at different points in our lives, at different stages of our lives. And for each of these emotions, I've talked about what it feels like. I've talked about how people typically react when we express these emotions. People want us to suppress it. No, don't show it. Hey, Sister Sola, don't show it. Don't, just believe Jesus will take it away. When Jesus isn't even angry that you are showing your emotions, he wants you to express those emotions. Jesus wants you to express your emotions. I heard it audibly. Bring those emotions. Talk about it. Share it with me. I'm not here to debate Jesus with any of you. I'm not here to debate God with any of you. We are talking about emotions. And I wasn't even seeing this video going this way. But I'm seeing that my higher self is hijacking it from me. Even though I'm looking at my notes, my higher self is hijacking it from me. And this will take us to the next 2-3 minutes where we talk about engagement, how to relearn. I'm going to be engaging us in the next couple minutes on how to relearn this powerful topic, emotions. It's okay if you are just learning this now, that your emotions are real, your emotions are valid, and you have the right to express your emotions. Express your emotions without hurting anyone. You have the right to express your emotions. It makes you normalize your journey. It's a normal thing to be sad. You can't be smiling when ugly or awful things are happening. You can't be singing praise ye the Lord when you lose a spouse. You can't be singing Hosanna, Hallelujah. If you do, your emotions need to be checked. Because Jesus himself, he cried when they told him about his friend that died. Didn't he? Comment below and give it a thumbs up. We are relearning. I'm not here to judge you. We are relearning because we have all been brainwashed. We have all been taught to bottle all these emotions. Don't show it. You are a man. Don't show this. No, ọkùnrin ò kí ń sunkún. Ṣé ọkùnrin kọ́ ni Jesus? As depicted in the story for us, nobody have seen Jesus. But as depicted in the Bible for us, he looked like he's a man. Yet he cried. So where did we get that from? Not to cry. That it makes us weak. Isn't it better to be weak and feel like human for a minute in your life? Somebody passed away, you are saying, don't cry. No. It's okay if you are just learning this now, that it is okay to express your emotions. If you are sad, be sad. Show it. And I'll encourage you to have self-compassion. If you have self-compassion for yourself, then you can show it to others. You can show compassion to others. If you don't feel this feeling for yourself, all these feelings, emotions we have talked about today, you don't know how to express them yourself. When others are expressing it, how would you be feeling? Like they are doing something strange. It's not supposed to be. And in closing, I want to remind us that emotions don't make us weak. I don't know how you want me to behave. I don't know what your expectations are for me when I suddenly lost my partner. When we have promised ourselves, we look into each other's eyes day in, day out. We even prayed for a longer life. And suddenly, he was plucked. I wouldn't know what you expect me to do. What was your expectation for me? I want to hear it. What do you think I should do? Throw a party? And someone was calling me. I won't say how deep of the relationship was. Telling me that isn't it about 2-3 years now? It should be okay now. I cannot be. It is my journey. I can choose to take it however far I want to take it. And that you see me on social media don't mean that I'm not still hurting. But I must just do what is given me to do. Are you going out, girl? So my emotions, my sadness, don't make me weak. It is a necessary part of the journey. For anyone that has ever loved, that has ever been married, or that is going to be married, it is something you will feel at any point in life. So if you sit back there and make a mockery of someone going through that phase in their life, or sit there and trivialize their emotions, wait until it gets to you. Except both couples die together. Except that happened to both couple at the same time. It is a feeling we all will experience if you are married. So it's not something you trivialize. It's not something you say you try to talk them out of it. No, you don't talk people out of such emotions. And you and I that are expressing such emotions, we are not weak. It is normal. It is real to feel that way. Our feelings are real. Our feelings are normal. These are the feelings that make us human. It makes me human. I can sense it when my kids are sad. I can sense it when they're happy. I can see it when any feeling they bring on, I can see it. This makes me human. I'm not Jesus. I am not God, and I cannot be. And you also cannot be. I'm expecting to read from you guys. I'm expecting to read your comments and about this topic today. Feel free to express your comments. Feel free to express yourself in the comment section below. Below this video is a comment section. Feel free to express yourself. And don't let us forget that emotions are to be expressed, not bottled. Once again, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for watching this video. Let's talk about emotions. Let's unlearn what we were taught. Anytime you need to refresh your brain, you can always come back to this video and know that your emotions are valid. They are real. Feel free to express it. They don't make you weak. Rather, they make you human, stronger person that you are. Thank you all so much for joining me. Have a blessed day.